Have you ever wondered what would it be like if the 12 Sinners of Limbus Company took a different path in another universe? So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to explain what Team Fortress 2 class would the Limbus Sinners end up becoming, in my opinion, if they had a mirror world in Team Fortress 2's universe intersecting with Project Moon. We're gonna be treating the TF2 classes as like the Heisho branches, where multiple sinners can be one branch. In TF2 terms, basically 2 or more sinners can be, let's say, Demoman. I will also tell a story on what their lives would be like mirroring as this TF2 class, along with differences between the actual TF2 class. So I ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, as I have a lot to explain. Our first sinner on this list, we got the Scout. The only sinner that I can think of that would be best fitting to be the Scout is Heathcliff, and here's a story. So essentially, Heathcliff being Scout means he was born in America and Britain, but he lives in Boston. And at the same time, according to TF2 lore, Scout is the youngest in his family. So that means Scout Heathcliff would basically be born from a rich family, where everyone is strong and competitive, but his greatest advantage is speed. So basically, to explain Scout Cliff, he has super fast speed, double jumping, a pistol, a scare gun, and a baseball bat with a marking on it, and lots of ADHD with other Scout stuff, and envy rest. Also, the sinner that is mirroring Spy has been doing stuff to Scout Heathcliff's mother, which I'll tell later who it is, and it's stated from the TF2 lore, this Spy is also his father. Another thing that I can add is that Scout Heathcliff tried dating a girl named Catherine and asked her if she wants a bucket of chicken, but instead fails horribly several times and doesn't even get to date her. But then, during Heathcliff's time as the Scout, Eric King Heathcliff invades this universe and they engage in a fight. I can just imagine Eric King Heathcliff and Scout Heathcliff's fight would be super intense. Just as Eric King unleashes every Heathcliff must die, Scout Cliff just pulls out bonk atomic punch and tanks that damage like it's nothing. And after all that crazy fighting, Eric King basically goes down or leaves this mirror world. So that's the story of Heathcliff as the Scout from TF2. Basically, he tried dating a girl named Catherine, and Spy has been doing something to his mom. Along with that, he's a mercenary. So let's move to the next TF2 class. So our next character on this list is the Soldier TF2, and you will get 2 sinners that will be mirroring him, and that shall be none other than Otis and Gregor, but one gets a happy story while the other one doesn't. Let's start first with Otis as the Soldier. It's so obvious and fitting to her. Essentially, Soldier Otis would be an American loving woman who constantly talks about how great America is. USA! USA! Something like that. Also in this mirror world, Otis would be a powerhouse woman sporting a rocket launcher, the power to rocket jump, and has the gunboats or a shotgun, plus a shovel for smacking. Just like the actual Soldier TF2, she would be very insane. Along with that, she would tell stories about her time in World War II fighting Germans and say Sun Tzu's iconic speech. According to TF2 lore, Soldier and Merasmus knew each other well, and Merasmus heavily hated Soldier. So basically, Otis Soldier hates Merasmus so much and at the same time betrayed him by blowing up his entire place, unlike the canon story. Now as for Gregor Soldier, unlike Soldier Otis, this one will be given Kim Ji-hoon's tragedy writing. In this mirror world as a soldier, Gregor canonically fought in World War II, but it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows. During his time in World War II, he ended up losing an arm, but thanks to the engineer, luckily, they gave him a replacement prosthetic arm. Even the medic of this mirror world can't fix his missing arm. He would still wield the same stuff as the Soldier, but the difference is, this version of the Soldier would question if he wants to keep supporting America, and he would still be a mercenary, albeit with many questions. Also, his relationship with Merasmus is more different to Otis, so basically, Merasmus heavily mistreated Soldier Gregor in this mirror world, like Valentina towards Lucio, and basically kicked him out of the place at the same time because he hated him so much for no reason. So that's the story of Soldier Otis and Soldier Gregor. One is a heavy American glazer, while the other one is a tragic version of the actual Soldier. So let's move to the next TF2 class, shall we? So our next character is the Pyro TF2, and the only sinner that I can think of that would fit well being the Pyro is none other than Don Quixote, the fixer of justice. So basically, when Pyro Quixote tries to talk, she sounds something like, so in this mirror world, Pyro Quixote sees sunshines, unicorns, rainbows, magic, and wonderful things in her vision of everyone around her, and she's having the time of her life. She erases the villains of this world with the mighty power of the flamethrower, which contains friendship and magic. But towards her enemies, what they see is a scary masked individual that unleashes fire towards those who dare to hate on her existence and inflicts stacks of burn towards them basically. You can think of Pyro Don Quixote as like a mysterious character, like we won't even know what is Pyro Don Quixote, but what we must know is not to take off that Rushinate, otherwise Sancho the Pyro Blood Fiend comes in and burns plus bleeds everyone around her. To keep it simple, Pyro Don Quixote is gonna be so mysterious and it actually fits her being the Pyro, like we won't even know much behind her. Like, would Pyro Don Quixote even be the canon one, or would there be changes? So that's the story of Pyro Don Quixote. Who knows what is behind that mask, or even Rocinante. But can I please stop you for a second? I want to tell you something. Can you kindly like and subscribe, please? Thank you very much. I'm trying to get my goal of 7,000 to 10,000 subscribers. So anyways, that's just what I want you to do. So let's move to the next TF2 class, shall we? What makes a sinner a good Demoman? Well, if they were a bad Demoman or woman, they wouldn't be sitting here discussing with you now, would they? So, 2 sinners shall be taking the role of Demoman, but one is a subclass, which is Ishmael and Ryoshu. Let's start with Ishmael as Demoman. Basically, she is a explosive loving woman who blows up stuff and drinks a bottle of scrumpe on her journey. According to TF2 lore, Demoman tried hunting down a Loch Ness monster. So Demo Ishmael is also hunting that said Loch Ness monster, and she's rich as heck. I mean, Demoman is canonically rich in TF2 according to the comics. He lives in a giant mansion with lots of money, and so would Demo Ishmael. She would be like Kabin! She sports the Demoman items obviously, but we also gotta keep that headband plus ribbon. And of course, just like Demoman, according to TF2 lore, Demoman lost his eye because of the Bombanomicon. So would Demo Ishmael too. Also, in your opinion, would Ahab even exist in this mirror world? Maybe or maybe not. So that's Demoman Ishmael, a orange hair girl who likes to watch stuff blow up and hunts down the Loch Ness monster. Now as for Demoman Ryoshu on the other end, this one's gonna be interesting. This version knows how to use explosives, but prefers to use swords, and inherits the power of the Hatsatoishi Demoman subclass. Judging by Ryoshu's habit, I can tell Demo Ryoshu would be consuming a bottle of scrumpe too, alongside a smoke I guess, along with missing an eye like Demo Ishmael. Demoman Ryoshu's equipment, in my opinion, would essentially be the half Zatoichi sword, an eye patch, a tide turner, and perhaps either a grenade launcher or boots. Also, I forgot about the Arayashiki, which every Ryoshu ID is required. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about Ishmael being Demoman along with Ryoshu. Let's move to the next TF2 class now. Okay, so our next Team Fortress 2 class is the Engineer. And if we're gonna have a sinner mirror him, we need someone who is smart, capable, and is an inventor of some sort. Well, that sinner is none other than Yi-sang, and here's my explanation why he fits being the engineer. In this mirror world, Yi-sang as the engineer is a guy who invents many different things, ranging from sentry guns, dispensers, teleporters, and etc., along with other projects that he secretly does in his office. Albeit the difference is that this version of the engineer is a Texas Korean type guy who has 11 PhDs according to his description. The goal of engineer Yi-sang is to find his so-called ideal invention, so he learns and learns constantly on what he can do to find his so-called ideal invention that he's been dreaming of. Engineer Yi-sang's equipment of choice is he wields the engineer's usual stuff that he has, like we can see him wield a rescue ranger, a wrangler, a jag, or a wrench. The question though is, would engineer Yi-sang get rid of his arm unlike the actual engineer, or would he just keep it and put engineer's glove on it? My interpretation is he wouldn't, as he gave the prosthetic to Soldier Gregor instead. Also, Manko is probably forcing engineer Yi-sang to make lots of inventions for them to serve. So yeah, that's the story of Yi-sang as the engineer. The reason being they are both inventors and are known for being extremely smart, so they invent things. So let's move to the next TF2 class. Our next TF2 class is the Russian heavy weapons guy, and I obviously know what sinner would fit heavy, and that is the Russian woman Rodian as the heavy weapons guy. In this mirror world, we might as well call Heavy Rodian Heavy Weapons Girl, and this is her weapon. It weighs 150 kilograms and it fires $200 custom cartridge. And also, Heavy Rodian Girl consumes what is called sandwich and nums it hard. And along with that, she carries a massive expensive minigun that allows her to go kaboom! Kaboom! She would be enjoying her life as being a mercenary, where she gets to eat lots of sandwich, like what Rodian loves, which is eating. And this will probably be a not so bad Rodian mirror world. Manko pays for all her weapons, and I also heard in TF2 lore, Heavy has a sister named Zana. So that means Rodian's Heavy sister is gonna be a brother instead, and Soldier Otis tried dating with that guy. I believe in Heavy Rodian. I can see her wrestling Siberian Bear in the winter of Soviet Union like it's nothing because of her powerful strength and capabilities. So yeah, Rodian is gonna be Heavy Weapons guy, next TF2 class. Okay, so let's start off the support class section with the Spy. and I obviously know which sinner would fit well being the spy, and that is my man Mersault, because French. So that means in this mirror world, Spy Mersault is the greatest backstabber of all time, where he precisely takes out all of his enemies with one single successful blow by locking onto them. And along with that, he is the master of disguising. He can be any one of us, or even the sinner. And he's also the nightmare of the engineers like Engineer Yisang due to his powerful sapper which has been buffed. And he can cloak away from anyone. And according to TF2 Comics, Spy has been doing stuff with Scout's mother, so that implies in this mirror world, Spy Mersault is Scout Heathcliff's biological father. And he just hides the fact that he's secretly his father to Scout Heathcliff. He's just some random dude wearing a mask, but then he reveals that he's his biological father. So basically, Spy Mersault is the greatest backstabber of all time, and a master of stealth, much more powerful than the original Spy. And even when detected, he can still mow down everyone with precision. Sporting a knife, a heavy revolver, cloaking or dead ringer, and a disguise kit, and you got yourself Spy Mersault. So that's what I gotta say for him. 2 more classes to go. Okay, next character is we got the medic from Team Fortress 2. And 2 sinners shall be getting the medic identity. In my opinion, those 2 said sinners is Faust and Sinclair. Here's why. Let's start first with Faust as the medic. Let's keep it simple. Basically, it's Cromer Faust. And basically in this mirror world, she is very twisted and crazy woman like the actual medic. You might question her regarding what she did back then. She also did steal a patient's skeleton, and the doctor was never heard of again. And that's how she lost her medical license. Basically, Medic Faust experiments on all of the Sinner mercenaries and gives them stuff like modified organs and etc. Along with that, she has the Gazelle shop where she can call all the Fausts what is the best way to heal everyone effectively. Since the sinners of this mirror world ain't in Project Moon, that means all of them will be given immortality by Medic Faust. There are times during experimentation she is professional, and at the same time very twisted. As for Medic Sinclair though, he's being mentored by Medic Faust. Basically, think of him as like a beginner who's trying to understand everything around him, like how to create modified organs, heal people, and etc. Think of him as Medic Faust's apprentice, where Medic Faust basically is his teacher in the TF2 world. Also, don't forget, Sinclair and Medic are German. Like, he learns the concept of immortality, using the crossbow, using the oversaw, and etc. They will both be sporting the same medic gear, albeit Medic Faust is more professional and knows a lot more, while Medic Sinclair is trying to understand and learn from his master. So that's what I gotta say about Medic Faust and Medic Sinclair. Let's move to the last TF2 class. So our last TF2 class is a sniper, and we need a sinner that can do a good job, mate, and it's challenging work, you know, mate. So that sinner shall be Honglu, and here's my explanation. So Honglu, a sniper, means in this mirror world he was born in New Zealand, but he also came from a Chinese descent, and he's Australian at the same time. So basically his parents are like Chinese New Zealand people who have lots of money, so they decided to throw Honglu sniper into a pod, which lands him to Australia, and you know the rest. That's my idea for how Sniper Honglu's backstory would be. He's a sniper who aims eye with extreme precision, sporting a sniper rifle and an SMG. Along with that, he also has Jarate. Since in Team Fortress 2's world, bullets don't even penetrate walls and kinda suck, but at least they are affordable in their universe, unlike Project Moon. So Sniper Honglu would not have issues being able to order a cargo ship worth of bullets just for him to use. Also, did I forgot to mention about the elders? They're watching him snipe down people, and they're probably so thrilled as before they threw him into the pod, one of the elders put a Jedi on him, so they can witness him blast enemies with a sniper. So yeah, that's Honglu as the sniper. Can I start talking about myself? I wanna tell you something. Okay, so I want to document myself on this part and what I want to do in the future of this channel. As of right now, it's my summer vacation. I want to use that summer vacation time to shift this channel into making more content, but I don't know what to make next. I was also thinking of making short form videos to spread across YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram so that my audience can vary more, not just here. My goal for YouTube is simple, 7,000 to 10,000 subscribers, along with 1,000 followers on Instagram and TikTok. I plan to do something interesting if I get to said subscriber goal. There is a possibility I might cosplay as Rian from Limbus Company or another character. As of midway of this video, I got myself a new microphone, which is a HyperX Duocast. I'm still getting used to it and how it works, and you might have noticed that I changed too in the video. So all I gotta say is I hope you enjoyed every second of this video, and kindly like and subscribe. That's all you need to do. If you wanna support me, you can check out my channel memberships and perhaps donate on my Ko-fi page, which is on the description. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I'll see y'all on my next one. Peace out and goodbye.